got one over here. Thank you.
As an advocate for the community-led vision for Murray, I think everybody should get behind that vision because it is all-inclusive, allows for individuality, and will help Murray as a whole. So get behind the community-led vision.
Excellent, thank you. I didn't plant that. We didn't plant that.
Yeah, we kind of gabbled a little bit. But I think what we were discussing was that it was more around how we know what is going on in our areas. And that could be anything from a ball group to a training course to blah, blah, blah. And there is so much good work going on in each individual community but we don't know about it. And the community doesn't know about it. And we talked about likes of the men's sheds and various other groups. Actually, we should be sharing that knowledge of what they've learned, what's worked, what are the challenges to be able to support another group in another area to be able to do that. And we kind of vented around, and don't hit us too hard, but a lot of it was around having maybe the likes of a community council, local community councils having, producing something, whether it's digital and hard copy, of what is actually going on in their community and someone coordinating that. Sorry? Okay. I thought that was my first slap. But actually, within that, and I'm only using the community councils, I know their workload is they've got a lot on, but I'm only using them as an example, that if you had that in each community, you would know what's going on, then you could cascade it out within your own community, but then that can get fed in to the bigger picture, so we can start to learn and share from each other. Did I miss anything, guys?
No. And above the community council, if the community councils know what's going on in their communities, there is a thing called the joint community council where that can be passed around the other communities and also upwards to the local authority, where there ought to be a centre of excellence that can pass out all that's going on in Murray. One thing that I attended a super event run by Chrisana at the UHI about a month ago, and we had phase 2 filmed today. I had no idea that this had been going on around Murray. Brilliant bit of work. I didn't know about it. I wonder how many other people didn't know about it. We need to get out all the good things that are going on in Murray to everybody. And so a bit of coordination, a bit of collaboration, a bit of passing on, a bit of communication so that we know what's going on and we can make best use of what is on offer.
Great, thank you very much. And I'm not saying it's the only piece of the jigsaw puzzle, but of course we've got the Murray Community Map, which is an attempt to make what's going on in Murray more visible. And of course there'll be other things as well. Great. Is there maybe just a couple more comments?
2 more, I think we've got.
We were talking a lot about, all of us in this room are so busy finding funding, and there's the competitive element and there's the challenges of funding. And we go head on into funding and then into project delivery. And the space, the value in the space that's needed to have the time to develop the relationships, to develop the collaborations with community partners, with the people we're working with in the communities. So something around, I'd like to request a seed fund, small pots of money before the project is designed and formed, but supports the developing of a partnership or a collaboration and that work of meaningful engagement ahead of a design of a project. And I think these types of small pots of money go a long way to nurturing meaningful collaboration and ideas. And that can then go on to support the making the work visible that happens.
Great, thank you. We've got quite a few hands just behind you. Yeah,
So there was a guy over here, but I will come over that way too.
Thank you. I'm Bruce Edelston from Cullen Community Council, and like many of us, wearing many hats. If I could just comment on your comment about Jean, about the knowing what's going on within the community. In Cullen, we have a newsletter, which may be about quarterly, whenever we get around to doing it, called Cullen Connected, and it got funded, and the money's running out. And it's building momentum to all the groups within Cullen providing input. And it's getting the momentum, so it's being successful. The other side of that coin is what we were discussing at this table, is how do you, the term break down barriers is not the one I want to use, but there is an attitude within volunteering groups, is they're safer within their volunteering groups, and they don't necessarily want to go and interact with other volunteering groups, despite there's always tremendous crossover of needs and resources and desires. And how, this is what Cullen Connected is doing, it's telling the other volunteering groups what's going on, and it tells them what the other issues that one particular group may be having. So pursue that as a concept. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
And
Thank
I
you
think
very
maybe
much.
just one bit over here. That'd be good. Thank you. Who would like to? Rochelle? Yeah.
I think that as young people, we should have the opportunity to, in schools, we don't just focus on our qualifications, but we focus on just life skills, like financial skills, how to drive, how to deal with bills, all that sort of stuff, so that when we leave school, we're not just people who have a qualification and then you go into whichever section, whichever career. You have the skills to be able to follow your own journey and travel places and experience different things, so that you can grow as a person and so that you can actually find something that suits you as you've grown and changed, instead of just learning our value just being placed on our academic skill. It should be able to be just making us well-rounded humans instead, so that we can adapt and grow, I think.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I couldn't agree more. And it's really, because we're talking about the future and the nature of the future and this coming wave, we don't know what future work is going to look like. So you're absolutely right. Yeah, preparing people with the skills for life. Excellent. Thanks so much. Let's just maybe just have there was somebody over there. Just one more, and then we'll wrap it up. Thank you.
Hi there. It was just in response to the point about there being a seed fund to bring people together. I'm from the Scottish Community Alliance. There's funding available for community organisations to come together. I'm up there. We distribute a fund called the Community Learning Exchange, which is basically exactly what you described. So it's there to support community organisations come together through peer-to-peer learning right across Scotland. And for any ideas to develop or new bits of practice, but regardless of that, you might come together and think it's about one thing, and then you learn 1,000 different things. But also the wonderful thing about that fund is that it creates networks of support right across the sector. So I would really encourage you to come and get a leaflet.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That's a great reminder of the importance of the marketplace upstairs. So we're going to go into lunchtime, but just make sure you do take time to have a look around the marketplace and see what organisations are there and what support they offer. A reminder to make sure you check out the lounge and all the things that I described in there that you should sign up for and make sure you're aware of. And what we'll be doing after lunch is exploring the future of funding. So that's a very important subject. So thank you very much. Cheers.